Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this first day of the month of the Soul Advisor July Book Club. We've got an incredible lineup of practitioners who are within our community who are also authors. And tonight, most excitingly, we have Elaine Ewan, who is not only the founder of Soul Advisor and Anchor Grace and another 12 companies, but has also more recently become an author, a published author. So, and moved from a lot of other pursuits into this. So I'm really excited to have Elaine here. It's such a beautiful book, Elaine. And so thank you for joining us tonight. And before we get started, I'd just like to pay my deepest respects to the elders in Siem Reap and Cambodia, and the elders here in Australia, and also the elders in India who've held the land and held the cultures in such high regard and been through so much as we all have as humans on this planet. So deep thanks to the elders and deep respect. And may what we bring forward within this book club lead to further healing and coming back to who we actually are and our strengths on this planet. So, Elaine, hello.
Hi.
Uh, are you in Siem Reap as we talk?
Yeah. I just got here from Phnom Penh. Yes.
Great. And so Elaine has written the most beautiful book, which is called Wisdom of the Divines. It's actually, you can see everyone that you can download that now for free. I've put it in the chat for those of us that are here, and we'll be sending it out to everybody associated with the book club this evening. So please, I hope that tonight really encourages you and invites you to dive into that book, which Elaine is very generously providing for free for this whole month, which is really quite something. So, Elaine travels a lot and a huge lot. And this book was downloaded, literally brought in, I don't know what words you'd like to use, on a train trip in England. And I'm wondering whether this happens every time you travel, Elaine.
No. Yeah, because I didn't think I would write, be a writer or writing something. But this book came to me when I was visiting my daughter in the UK, but she was studying like in Falmouth, on the one of the seaside area, and so it's about 3 hours away from London. So usually I would take the train from London down to Falmouth to meet her. So I've done this trip like a few times, but on this occasion, this day, I just kind of got this inspiration, or like they just said, okay, just write this book. It's a short book, and yeah, it's called The Wisdom of the Divines. And so basically, yeah, it took me this whole train ride to write it. And it was, yeah. And as I wrote it and then I read it back and I'm like, oh my gosh, something I would like to share with the world and just put it out there. Yeah.
It's such a beautiful book, the way that it's almost innocent. I guess that's the word that comes to be the most. It's like it's a
Mm.
beautiful book that has a good number of chapters, I think 7 or 8 chapters, and it talks from directly from God and directly from the animals and directly from the void and directly from the archangels. And it's absolutely just gorgeous. There's something energetically that happened to me anyway when I read that book that felt like it was opening my heart. Really? Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, a few people said that as well. They said they don't know what happens, but when they read it energetically, something shifts in them. Yeah.
I think, Elaine, that you spend a lot of time in divine communion. I don't know how that is in your life. Would you like to talk a little of that?
Yeah, so I think 20, 30 years already, I always, have that conversation with spirit. And but it took me a few years to like, you know, because I'm very rational businesswoman. And then, but after many, many conversations, and then you're like, oh, yeah, maybe I should pay attention to this and be aligned with what spirit is trying to, guide me.
Mm.
So, yeah, it, it's been, yeah, and I never feel I'm alone. I'm always, yeah, been guided.
Mm. In business, for all of us that are in business, there's always scary moments and bits
Mm.
that are like, how am I going to get through this? But, every time I've witnessed you come up against one of those, I can't believe how calm you actually are. How accepting of whatever version however this is going to unfold. I feel like given the same situations that I've watched you look at, I might have become a little more unhinged. But you just are very, very clear that those are all part of the flow. Mm.
Yeah, that's been kind of my philosophy. Like, I think life should be effortless and you just get carried along. And I always feel that, yeah, the universe will provide whatever you need. So, like, you look at the trees, the nutrients, and the soil and the sun, like, the universe provide them what they need. Um, the animals, and they get provided for, right? So why wouldn't the universe provide for us, for me?
Mhm.
So I have that just unconditional belief that I will be provided for. So no need to stress out or whatever. Like it will be all right.
And it is, and it has been. And what's so beautiful about what you are continuing to create is that you don't just provide for you. It's
Yeah.
like you've never seen a woman with such a huge ecosystem. For those of you that don't know Elaine, it's quite an ecosystem. So it really surprised me when I first traveled to Cambodia, because I've only been once. I can't wait to come again this month. Being in your house, how many decks of angel cards and beautiful inspirations you had around, because I didn't know you on that level. I knew you in business, and
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
really, really was quite incredible. Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, yes, I do. I have my yeah, angel cards and I every morning I would yeah, shuffle them and meditate and pick one and
Mm,
do that and
mm, mm,
yeah, sit under the tree or some have a cup of tea and so
mm.
yeah, that's kind of my morning ritual, I guess. Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think in terms of you being the founder of Soul Advisor and Anchor Grace,
Yes.
we're at a big pivotal moment because up until now we've been talking because I guess initially we worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers and we were very much concerned with being accepted by mainstream medicine and research, etc., and we still are. So we were always talking about Soul Advisor being an evidence-based platform. And more
Mm.
recently, within the last 3 weeks, actually, I've started to refer to it and write down as many times as I can find opportunity to write. We're an evidence-based platform with a deep reverence for the unseen. And
Yeah.
to me, this is much more accurate because you've all just heard Elaine talk about who she is, and it feels very much in keeping with who you are, but also who all our therapists are too. And, people have been keeping their light under a bushel, as they say, but still doing beautiful work in the spiritual world. So
Mhm.
it's been really lovely to come out in the open with that, and it feels absolutely correct to do that. So I feel like it's highly significant that your book is now published and created in a piece, and that it's a kind of like I guess a cornerstone that our founder has written a book which is downloaded from the spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Why England? Why did it come there?
I don't know. I was just on the train and it happened.
Did you have it, what's the word? Once you'd written it, did you then ask somebody to read it through and edit it, or what happened next?
Um, yeah, I think David, who works at my school, I sent it to him and just said, can you look through the book and make some edit, grammar or whatever. Yeah. But then he said it was all good, like not much to edit.
Oh.
So I think it's in its purest form.
Mm.
And I was surprised when I read it. I'm like, wow, did I just wrote this down? And it's like I would never have imagined I did that. But
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I would love you to read some of it to us if you feel that you're up for that this evening.
Yeah,
So
sure.
great. Okay, well, I'm going to be quiet, and then after Elaine has spoken to us a little from her book, then we'll open it to everybody else to talk about what they're intrigued about. Okay, I'm
Okay.
stepping back.
So it's got chapters. Oh yeah, 8 chapters. Um, so there is a foreword on it, a message from the universe. So maybe I could just start with that.
Please.
Um, it is our intention to share the wisdom with those of you who are ready to receive it. Now that it is in your hands, we hope these words will touch your heart, mind, and soul. We wish that these simple messages will trigger the remembrance of the wisdom that is stored within you. Remember your worth and that you are at the center of our existence. We exist for you, to guide and to serve you. May you not abuse your power, and may you resonate with the truth inside you. Blessings to you. May you be fruitful and kind, and your life as easy and as joyful as it is meant to be. So that's the foreword before the chapter. So actually each chapter is like is on a kind of has a story and a short story, and then after the story there's a meditation that activates something inside you based on the story. So it's a kind of beautiful format where you have a story and then a meditation that you actually can have the experience yourself. Um, so I could read the first chapter, which is chapter 1, the wisdom of God. God, in his infinite wisdom, created man in his image. But why then does man frequently fail so miserably? Is it not the Maker who created such imperfections and failures? Once upon a time, a man asked God, why am I so miserable? I don't know, my child, why you are so miserable when you have everything. How can you say I have everything when I have no arms and legs? No arms and legs? That can't be. I see your arms and legs. Is it possible that you cannot see them? Let me open your heart's mind and eyes, and you will see them. The heart has a mind, and eyes. And so they were opened, and the man could see. Once there was a woman who asked God, "Why am I so unloved? How is it that you are unloved when all living things love you? The earth that you walk on, the air you breathe, the trees, flowers, and the animals. They all support and sustain your life. Is it possible you cannot see them? Let me open your heart's mind and eyes. The heart has a mind and it has eyes." And so they were opened, and the woman could see. Once there was a boy who asked God, "Why was I born?" "Oh, to experience infinite joy and love and grace. You are blessed and protected from the moment of your conception. You are my soul reincarnated. Is it possible that you cannot see? What blinds you? Let me open your heart's mind's eyes. The heart has a mind and it has eyes. How is it that the heart is closed? The heart's mind is closed and the heart's eyes are closed, so you cannot see." And so they were opened, and the boy could see. Once there was an old man who asked God, "Has my life been for naught? Will I just return to dust and be forgotten?" How can you say your life is for naught when you have laughed and cried so many times? When you have experienced the joy of taste, the sight of your newborn baby, listen to symphonies and songbirds, watch thousands of sunrise and sunsets, touched another's naked heart and body. You have held someone's hand and comforted them. You have smiled at strangers. You have cooked a meal with love. You have smelled flowers. You have walked and cherished your body. Is it possible you cannot see? Let me open your heart's mind's eyes. The heart has a mind and it has eyes. And so they were opened, and the old man could see.
Hmm.
So that's the end of the story. And then there's a meditation that goes with it. So if you like, maybe you could close your eyes and then just bring your awareness to your breath, and then I could read the meditation for you. So just breathing in deeply into your belly. Let your belly relax. Breathing in, expansion. And breathing out, release. So as you breathe into your heart, let your heart soften. Just release any tension in your heart. As you breathe into your heart, you can start to see the many eyes that are closed in your heart. Breathing in slowly, ask that the eyes be active, activated, and open. Visualize your heart's eyes slowly opening. As they open, see brilliant lights shining from the eyes and radiating in all directions from the heart. Breathe slowly for a few breaths into the heart and allow your heart's eye to open. We will now activate the heart's mind. Allow the lights from each eye of the heart to connect, forming a sacred geometry around the heart. This sacred shape made by light is your heart's mind and is now activated. Your heart is now open. Just breathe into your heart and see the shape and light it generates. Hear the wisdom of your heart. May it guide you in all you do. Blessings to you who are now connected to your divine heart.
Mm. So beautiful.
Yeah, so I hope you feel that activation.
Indeed, like I'm going to open up the floor now for people to share their experience of what that was for them. But I've got to say that was needed. Thank you. And feels really
So
deep.
that's how the format of each chapter is, the story and then the meditation. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all as potent as that in my reading. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I'm imagining that Nut and TV would agree with me because you've both read the book to some extent. A lot. It's a beautiful healing book, and it's so fabulous, Elaine, to not just have a book reading, but also a healing. So I appreciate it for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, would anybody like to share their experience or their visualization or what that was? Or questions? Please.
Yeah, I wanted to say how I could actually feel the energy like you were talking about earlier, like just from listening to the words. They were beautiful, they were simple and innocent when you mentioned that before too, Kate. And yeah, and I could just doing the meditation, I felt my heart opening as well, and I felt so calm as well and peaceful. So it was really beautiful. So thank you, Elaine. That was just lovely. And
Yes, thank you.
can I just ask, like when you were on the train and when you mentioned it was just like just coming to you in a download, was it almost like automatic writing? Like sometimes when you've done a meditation, you just write, and did it just flow and
Yes.
like that?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it was like that. Like I closed my eyes and I just typing it. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It was all meant to be, as you say, in the universe. Yeah, it was doing that for you.
Yes.
Guided by your angels. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just, you remind me what year you wrote that in, please?
Oh, I think 5 years ago. It's been 5 years ago. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Elaine. That was so beautiful. And when I had the visualization, I looked down in my heart and the eyes were everywhere. It's like had eyes in every corner. So it's like all seeing. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Yeah, great.
Beautiful,
But we
beautiful.
don't realize that our heart has eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chinese say the heart has your spirit, it houses the spirit, but it's beautiful to have the metaphor of the eyes because it's more, even more powerful. So that was
Yes.
beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to read the book.
Yes, thank you.
I was just being reminded of Chris Decker, who you met the other day. He lived for a long time in Glastonbury, right under the Tor, for those that have been to Glastonbury. And you know how in the world, different areas
Yeah.
have different chakras, but Glastonbury is the heart.
Oh, right. Yes.
And when I listened to how heart-based that meditation and that reading was again, I was like, well, maybe that's why England, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yes,
And yeah, it was very
good
definite
read.
heart-opening. Please, anybody else with comments or ideas?
I want to say something. So, even before we started the meditation, when we closed our eyes and started taking deep breaths, I could see deep green color, and
Mm.
it kept intensifying as you started as the meditation went over and the heart started opening, and I almost felt like I'm surrounded by a lot of green, deep green light, and it just
Mm.
felt very soothing and calming.
Oh, that's beautiful. Lovely. Yeah, because green is actually the
The
two
heart
color
chakra.
heart chakra is green and
Yeah.
pink. Yeah. So definitely your heart's activated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else would like to say anything?
Um, Maybe I could just share also the other chapters so that you could just see what it's like.
Please,
Uh,
love you to do that.
yeah, so the second chapter is the wisdom of the archangels. So there's 5 archangel story. Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Gabriel. So actually, when I wrote this, I didn't know about the angel, like archangel, like some of the archangel. I knew about, yeah, Michael and Raphael, but the other ones I wasn't familiar with. So I just wrote them down. And then, so chapter 3 is the wisdom of crystals. Chapter 4, the wisdom of flowers, plants. 5, the wisdom of animals. 6, the wisdom of Mother Earth. 7, the wisdom of Father Sky. And number 8, the wisdom of the void. Yeah, so that's it.
My personal favorite, not that I need to have a favorite, is animals. I just loved that chapter. Really, really very special.
Nice.
Yeah, it's but literally there's something for everyone in your book. And you know, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for having been guided to write it, and a huge thank you to Nush and to TV for bringing it to fruition in a book form, because it's going to be a lovely thing that we can share and share out there, and it just feels
Yeah.
absolutely important. So gorgeous. Yeah. Well, I'm going to say thank you to everybody for coming, unless there's any last comments that anyone would like to make.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity to read it, because it's probably my first time to publicly read it to someone and read the meditation and have you do it. So, and then you are sharing how it affects you. So, yeah, so thank you for that. So I will, yeah, continue to do something, because I was planning to maybe read it and do my crystal ball and then do the meditation,
Oh.
and then you can, yeah, have that
Yeah.
experience.
You'll be able to do that every day if you want to, because it's going to be on YouTube. So you can tune into Elaine's beautiful words and her wisdom. So a deep thanks for sharing who you are at that level, on this level,
Yeah,
so many levels.
thank you.
Really, really appreciate it.
A very special thank you from my heart to yours as well. It was so lovely and I really enjoyed it. And I'm so looking forward to reading it too, especially the one on the wisdom of the crystals.
Yes.
And the angels. So thank you so much. Appreciate your time as well. And yours too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.